the fake handshake snake.
Autumn has arrived in the Mid-Atlantic region of the U.S., and it is a glorious afternoon at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Baltimore Ravens. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A man who missed all of 2021, this is J.K. Dobbins. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw is on target to Duvernay. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. The Ravens at 3-6 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 36. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do. But when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a third down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already, I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on third down.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. From the gun, Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 24-yard line. To throw is Jackson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
He's got his man. It's Andrews.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up the first and goal. If you make the stop there, maybe you're going to be 3 in this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Here's Jackson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. Room here to run. There he goes, right side. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A big play there from McCaffrey, 92 yards. We're scoreless after 1. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
McCaffrey will take this one in. Touchdown, Carolina. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to have a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 39, Jackson. And he whips that one incomplete there. That right there, his first incompletion so far in this game, Charles. He was 9 of 9 before that.
Yeah, I think that qualifies as being locked in. And then you have to ask him the question, so what caused the incompletion? Come on, man, get back on your game. Let's go.
The Ravens on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chinn picks it off.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
That caught by Tremble.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play fake. Mayfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to get it back here just past the 35. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Throwing is Jackson.
That one complete to Crochet.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Jeremy Chinn picks it off. And the Panthers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Mayfield on play action. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you to come in like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they've got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down.
That's into the hands of Prochet. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Jackson will throw again. This will be caught at about the 6. Touchdown!
Devin Duvernay.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Got his man, Robbie Anderson.
On the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20.
Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson. As the first half is winding down.
And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And a throw right sideline is complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told him, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They go play action. Mayfield. And this one is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him. They tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. Gonzalez's kick is good.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Now it's Jackson.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Jackson.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from his 10-point deficit.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. We're in Baltimore. Third quarter action. 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Report! Hey, report! No, we changed it. Hey, Ozzy, shut up!
On 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 19. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Tylan Wallace, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Complete at the 1. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and in so doing, cut the deficit to 2 points. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did get into the quickly and hold it to a short gain.
A few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up the step at about the 16. The game forward and bring up 4th down. A big one coming now for the kicker, Zane Gonzalez. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. Gonzalez's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We'll definitely see some movement running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Jackson on 1st down. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take over here up near the 40.
He just joined the double-digit party with that last pick. He now has 10 on the season.
And that takes a great amount of skill, study, a tad bit of luck. But bottom line, he's had a heck of a season.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with it or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
They find some open field here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Christian McCaffrey hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers extend their lead, and they are about to get to a 9-2 record.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Duke Dawson picks it,
and the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
To put it mildly, we look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Tommy Tremble,
a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Panthers are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal lines. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10.
That is caught, Rashad Bateman.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
To throw again is Jackson.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 41-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. And now here is another interception. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 36.